Bobble is a series of arcade-style platformers which date back to its original arcade machine version from 1986. Now, the series has come to Nintendo Switch in North America with Bobble 4 Friends. It's easy to spot the visual differences when compared to its predecessors, but sadly that doesn't save this title from its lack of content. The basic gameplay of Bobble 4 Friends is pretty easy to understand. In fact, you can boil it down to 4 sentences. You blow bubbles to use as platforms or to trap enemies in. Using the spikes on your back, you're able to pop bubbles. Popping bubbles with an enemy and it kills the enemy. However, touching an enemy directly makes you lose a life. Bobble 4 Friends builds upon the baseline set by other Bobble games. You can duck to pass through narrow passages, and after defeating a boss, you gain an upgrade. Each upgrade allows you to do something special by pressing the R button, for instance, blowing a bubble further or creating a bubble that eventually explodes. Doing this uses up a meter, but can be refilled by eating fruit that drops from defeated enemies. In addition, there's also a new stomp move to pop bubbles below you. The plot consists of toys coming to life. The toy magician Bonner is jealous that Bub is the favored local toy. Beyond that, not many plot details are needed. It's an arcade-style experience, so the real focus is getting better scores. In other words, the game is simple. However, it can also be simple to a fault. Ignoring the arcade version of Bobble 4 Friends itself only has 50 stages. That is 5 worlds with 9 levels and a boss fight at the end of each. To me, the theme of each level starts to blend with the exception of the space level. This isn't helped by the fact that the child's bedroom serves as the background for every stage, seen from different angles, or that each boss design is vaguely the same shape but painted a different color. In that aspect particular, it feels like Tycho stuck too closely to the simple graphics of the arcade cabinet. Speaking of, Bobble 4 Friends includes a playable version of the original arcade game. While I never managed to make it that far into it, I enjoyed playing this version a lot more. When I died, respawning felt quicker. The 2D sprites seemed to convey where my spike's hitbox was far better than the 3D model of the main game. The fixed resolution meant that the camera wouldn't ever zoom out, which made it harder to see what was happening on the main screen. Of course, in both versions, you still frustratingly die in one hit, but when you're looking at an emulator arcade screen, that suddenly feels more natural. The difference in my enjoyment was little things that build up. This also means that I would have only bought this game for the 34-year-old arcade mode. However, this suddenly makes Bobble 4 Friends' $40 price tag a lot less easy to justify. I appreciate how easy Bobble 4 Friends is to pick up and play. I'd recommend it to fans of chasing high scores in the arcade, especially if you liked the original. However, past the nostalgia, there's nothing that will keep you playing for much longer after you get through this incredibly short experience. Throw in the high price tag, and I'd say that you're better off blowing a few quarters at an actual arcade than bringing this experience home with you. Noisy Pixel is giving Bobble 4 Friends a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.